And we lead off this morning with a prolific leadoff hitter and his teammate powering the best team in the American League.
Yes, that is absolutely right, Zubin Mehenti. George Springer, Jose Altuve, they're set to play in the series finale in Baltimore today. They're going to join us live on the field before they do that. You know, the relationship between Richard Sherman and Russell Wilson has been squarely in focus this offseason. In today's Sunday conversation, the Seahawks corner addresses the reported hostility between he and his quarterback, Josina Anderson.
How about that? So seeing Ronaldo and hanging with Ronaldo, the second coolest thing you do in a day.
I would say that's pretty good.
We got SportsCenter going international this morning. We also are going to come back here stateside. MLB trade chatter, and yes, it's finally time.
Finally.
NFL training camp news from around the league on this Sunday morning.
Yes, plus a very...
Great people, great culture. Welcome back. Kevin Nagandi, our colleague recently, tagged along with Tom Brady on his tour of Asia. With all due respect to TB12 and those 5 Super Bowls, it ain't nothing like hanging out with this guy.
Absolutely, because Tom Brady, right, is an American football star.
Here. Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a worldwide football star everywhere. So let's go out to Beijing, where we find our Marty Smith, who's been tagging along and following Ronaldo on his star-studded adventure through China. And I know, Marty, that you got a chance to sit down with Ronaldo a little earlier today. What did he have to tell you? Rapper say it just far less eloquently. I woke up in beast mode. I do have to ask you real fast though, Marty, because at first it looked like we were adding an effect in that shot. Where were you doing that interview? It was crazy behind you.
Confident and be humble out there when you're talking to him. You'll be just like Ronaldo. What do you got? You got something? Oh, look at this.
I'm gonna stay humble.
Did he eat paper too? Is that the lining of the? No?
How is it?
Tumultuous few months for Richard Sherman and his team, but let's be honest, he burst onto the trash-talking scene way back in 2012 by boldly yelling in Tom Brady's face, "You mad, bro?" 5 years later, ESPN's off-season report that he's not above antagonizing his own signal caller, Russell Wilson. And whether you believe that or not, I think we can all agree, Richard Sherman, not one to mince words. He sat down with Josina Anderson to explain where. So Sherman continued on those incidents in the ESPN report, and I'm gonna quote him here, saying, "It's just one snapshot. You know, people don't always get along. In a family, things don't always go, hunky-dory." ESPN stands by the reporting in its story. Zubin, what's ahead on the show? To clean up after, right? It's like akin to giving someone else's kid a puppy. You don't do it.
And the way he said it, he goes, "My friend, I'm giving you a donkey." That's an absolute sign he's not your friend.
Right. You're welcome. Here's a donkey. We've got a big race happening a little bit today at the Brickyard. Take a look. We say, oh, hello. It's 11 a.m. in Atlanta, 8 a.m. in the Bay, and we say good morning and good brunching to the east, the west, and everyone in between. I'm Elle Duncan. He's Zubin Mehenti.
We got plenty on the way, including talking to those two guys, the guys that have powered the Houston Astros, Altuve, Springer, with us live. But we should mention here, I think it's appropriate, that if you're talking baseball, the person you're about to meet certainly knows those two. She indeed is in a league of her own, and she will be in the most elite of company, Cooperstown, soon.
She really will, and she's a pioneer in the game, and as you mentioned, will be appropriately honored, but it's interesting. She's a hidden figure and is widely unknown, and our SportsCenter featured aims to change that. So Von Miller certainly knows a thing about making history as the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
That he is. Jim Trotter asked Von a pretty interesting quarterback question that perked our ears this morning.
Okay, I'm glad that you said that, and we all wish him a speedy recovery in what was just really like an awful moment to watch on TV yesterday. George Springer and the Astros, as I mentioned, looking for the series sweep of the O's later today at Camden. I appreciate you taking a few minutes with us right here on SportsCenter before the game. Thanks, George.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, still to come on this Sunday SportsCenter, breaking a baseball barrier, not with a bat, but instead with something much lighter, in weight anyway. We're going to explain in this week's SportsCenter.
We're back on SportsCenter. It's not often that we talk about ourselves and our colleagues, but in this case, I'm glad we're going to do it. It's warranted, and we're going to take some time to do it. The Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown is home to the players and the managers, the umps and the executives who represent the history and legacy of our national pastime. Those who have had a profound impact on the sport, both on and off the field. You know many of the names: Jackie, Willie, Hank, the Babe, Lou, Ted.
Heard of a few of them. But on July 29th, there's going to be a different kind of pioneer honored, one who you likely have never heard of, but who has broken countless baseball barriers. Here's this week's SportsCenter featured, which is narrated by Sharon Robinson, the daughter of Jackie Robinson. And you know who it's going to be, the Super Bowl champion Patriots taking on the Chiefs, two teams and quarterbacks that have been introduced to Von Miller numerous times. He's one of the best pass rushers in the game, and he's a Super Bowl MVP based on those unique abilities. But there's one move Von Miller would love to steal from his compatriots, as part 2 of our Pass Rusher Summit focuses on missing moves and quarterback head games. Held captive by the NBA as everyone remains on Kyrie Irving watch.
And there is one other thing to keep an eye on in the world of sports that's happening right now. We'll keep you up to date throughout the night on SportsCenter. Jordan Spieth's 3-shot lead at the Open Championship has gone goodbye. 4 bogeys on the front 9. He had 4 Thursday, Friday, Saturday combined. The basketball tournament is next. Scarlet and Gray against the Golden Eagles of Ohio State, Marquette, see you later.